Hey there, Dan Martell here, serial entrepreneur, investor, and creator of SaaS Academy. In this video, I'm gonna share with you how to conduct your first call from a potential acquirer. So if you've ever had somebody reach out, maybe be interested in collaborating, partnering, but you really know it's an acquisition potential conversation, I'm gonna share with you guys how to run that first call in this video, and be sure to stay to the end where I'm gonna tell you how to get access to my fundraising like a pro. You may not wanna sell, but instead use this opportunity to raise a bunch of capital. As those SoundCloud rappers say, you gotta go get that bag. I'm gonna teach you how to do that. So be sure to stay to the end where I'm gonna tell you that, and let's get this started. So when I was building my company, Flowtown, we had a bunch of companies reach out, they wanted to talk, etc. And for me, it was interesting finding out that people just like, it's their job, like corporate development in a big company, to actually go find potential acquirers. So at first I was super excited and I wanted to get on the call. And I remember my first call ever, it was with somebody from Google, and it was crazy. I remember now, and I'm gonna teach you guys how not to do this, the amount of information I gave them and research and the way we thought about the market and how our code worked and all these different things that I should have never shared. So if you're worried on your next call of potentially giving up too much or showing too much interest, etc., I'm gonna walk you through specifically how not to do that. Just recently, had one of my coaching clients, 80 from Conversio, have the same opportunity, okay? Now I can talk about public because they actually got acquired by Campaign Monitor, but what I'm gonna teach you today is the framework that I coach my clients to use on those first calls that 80 use to create not only interest and demand in running a process, because exit timelines is something that I teach as part of the ACES growth engine, the perfect exit. It's kind of the outcome that I think every software entrepreneur wants to create. We need to do the first call right. So I'm going to walk you through the 5 steps to make sure that you absolutely crush it. 1, fit, price, and motivation. Those are the 3 things that I'm trying to assess. If I'm getting on a call with a potential acquirer, in that conversation, I'm trying to maneuver my way to discover those 3 things. Number 1, is this company even a fit from a culture, from a values point of view, from maybe they're just, not even looking to buy a company, they're just kind of kicking tires or they're doing market research. So number 1 is just fit. The second thing is I want to make sure that if there is potential for something, that their valuation or the way they think about our company, the price, and that's a tough one to get to, we're on the same page, because there's nothing worse, more demoralizing, wasting of time than talking to a potential acquirer, going through the process, due diligence. I've seen companies get all the way 2-3 months, showing them their numbers, having them talk to customers to find out that the price they were at was dramatically lower than where you wanted to be, okay? So we want to essentially suss out the potential for the deal size. Like, what kind of number? If we were to partner, what kind of investment are you guys looking to make in our organization for us to collaborate? That's a really nice way of saying, what are you willing to pay us to buy us? Okay, so you can use that. And then the third is motivation. It's, are these people truly motivated, or are they just trying to do some research in the market? So those are right off the bat, the foundation for the call is fit from a values point of view, price, is the deal size in line with what we're thinking, and 3, because then you can dismiss it, and 3 is motivation. Are they really looking to make a purchase decision, or are they wasting your time? Number 2, get them talking. So my rule, okay, think about it as the 20-80 rule. 80% of the conversation should be them talking to you. Where a lot of founders make the mistake on a first conversation with a potential acquirer is they want to give the information that would hopefully get that company interested in buying. Here's the way I think about it. In any sales conversation, if you're a professional sales individual, you are speaking 20% of the time and 80% is the potential prospect, okay? We're asking questions, we're prompting, we're saying things like, hey, I'm just curious, what's happened in the market for you guys to decide to reach out? Have those questions ready to go to just get them talking, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to reverse the process. Instead of them trying to discover everything about your company, you're trying to discover everything about their company, okay? So just if you're doing this right, if they're talking more than you're talking. If you're talking the most, stop yourself, breathe, slow down, hit them with a question. They answer, great question, acknowledge it. hit him with another one, and just keep that process going. Number 3, prepare talk tracks. So here's what I know is if this is a true potential acquisition, they're going to ask you questions about price, team size, product strategy, all these different things. Just assume that they're going to ask you these questions and write those questions down. Okay? When I went through the process exiting Flowtown, I then did it again with Clarity. I then did it again with other companies I've invested in. I've had 9 companies that I coach this year alone exit their companies. And what I teach them is to prepare those talk tracks so that when the question comes up, you're not blindsided, that you've already prepared your answer. That is enough to give them some confidence and insights, but it's not giving away the farm, okay? So just be sure that you prepare your talk tracks and make sure that they don't give away too much insight, because you don't know. They might be hanging up the call with you and going and talking with your competitor because they're about ready to write a check to invest in them and they wanted to do some research. You do not know where your information you're giving to them is going to end up, so you need to prepare those questions and talk tracks. Number 4, role play. So I actually have a video on this, on role playing, that you guys can go check out. I'll link it up below. But one of the things that I'm a big fan of is, especially with like meaningful conversations, a potential acquirer, a key hire, fundraising, is you want to role play the scenario so that you can get used to, because you never know, maybe the other person is just going to hit you from the left side with a weird question, then a right, and then you're just like, whoa, 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 what's going on? And you might inadvertently disclose stuff that you shouldn't disclose, like we only have 60 days of runway left. If you're telling just so you know, if you tell that to a potential acquirer, they will just drag their feet and call you back in 6 weeks, just so you know. So like, you want to role play. So if you have a co-founder, you have somebody that's helping you on the M&A side, a partner, have them ask the tough questions that you prepared and role play and have some fun with it. So that way it's kind of like practice before the big game, right? You would never assume that somebody would go into a competition or the Super Bowl and not practice off the field. And then when they're on field, they're just executing the play. That's what you want to do from a role-playing point of view, so that you're prepared, you feel at ease, you're comfortable, and you don't make a mistake. Number 5, stick to the time. So one thing I believe, and this is true for fundraising or an exit conversation, etc., is you don't want to seem needy, okay? One of the biggest ways that you can seem needy is that if we've allocated an hour for the conversation or 30 minutes and you as the founder are totally cool going long, here's what I would do instead. It's, you don't want to cut people off, but you can just say at the beginning of the conversation, it's like, hey, I noticed that we got 30 minutes in the calendar to go through this. Appreciate the time. I just want to let you know I do have a hard stop because I have another conversation similar to this. This is what I like to say, similar to this with somebody else. And they're like, oh yeah, no, perfect, great, thanks for the time, etc. If you're going near, and you might even say like towards the end of the call, if it's 60 minutes, you might say like, hey, I know we only have 15 minutes left. So you want to set the constraint around the call so that you can let them know it's like, hey, I don't need this call. We're building the business. We're not interested in selling. If you want to buy us and partner with us so that we can do more together, great. But this is not my priority right now. My priority is building the company. You need to protect your time so you don't come off as needy. I just seen too often, a 30-minute conversation turns into 4 hours, and the founder's like, oh my God, it was such a great conversation. We talked for 4 hours. It's amazing. They're totally going to buy our company. And I know in my head, they just did all the insights. They got all the information, and they're saying, well, you know what? We should just build this ourselves. We don't need to buy it, right? Because you gave them everything. You gave them the milk, and they didn't have to buy the cow, okay? So make sure that you stick to the time in your conversation. So real quick recap on how to conduct your first call with a potential acquirer. Number 1, you want to assess the fit, price, and motivation of the potential buyer. Number 2, you want to get them talking. Number 3, you want to prepare your talk tracks. Number 4, role play before the call. 5, stick to the time. If you do those things, you will become a world-class negotiator and be like one of my other 9 clients that exited their companies this year, like 80 to Campaign Monitor. These are life-changing moments, and if you can just slow down and let the process go, it could mean multi-million-dollar difference in that specific outcome. So, as I mentioned at the beginning of the call, I want to share with you guys my fundraising like a pro framework. I break fundraising and capital raising into 3 distinct phases. For example, the pre-marketing phase. You probably never heard of that. Go download, click the link below to download and get access to that specific training. And I'm going to break down how do you identify the acquirers, reach out to them, get introductions, have those conversations. It's all covered below in the Fundraising Like a Pro training. Click the link to watch that. If you like this video, I would ask you to smash that like button. Be sure that you're subscribed. Some people watching this are not subscribed to the channel. And leave a comment and let me know what you like the best from this video. I appreciate you for being here. As per usual, I want to challenge you to live a bigger life and a bigger business, and I'll see you next Monday. Just like, get that bag. I'm like, what? Bag? Oh, money bag.